is there money to be made in mobile homes? A lot of people, it's funny, they either really, really love investing in mobile homes or they just want to stay away from it completely because they don't understand it. Now, really, the draw to mobile homes for a lot of investors is that it's a very low barrier of entry. They're usually pretty cheap. They sometimes are a little bit difficult to get financing on, not impossible. There definitely are some lenders and even conventional lenders that will lend on those, but they're usually a lot cheaper. But the cash flow is really good because the rents are still fairly decent. They're not going to be quite as high maybe as a regular apartment, but they are still pretty high, especially for the price of the mobile home. You might pay $300,000 for a single family house. That's a fairly cheap single family here in Bakersfield, and you're not going to get as much rent on that. Whereas you could pay $150,000 or $100,000 for a mobile home, and you might be able to get just almost as good as rents, but you're able to do it in smaller chunks that are easier to buy your first one. Keep that barrier of entry low, and then you can start to snowball faster. It's more of a cash flow game because mobile homes don't usually appreciate as much as real property, as single family residences or multifamily property. So that's probably the biggest disadvantage, is that they actually deteriorate because the condition of the mobile home will start to deteriorate. So their value is actually going to go down over time. It's going to depreciate over time instead of appreciate. But it's a low barrier to entry. They're fairly cheap. And yeah, sometimes you can even buy a piece of land, put a couple mobile homes on it, get it cash flowing, and then sell it. But again, that sell value is going to be less than if it was an actual single family house with a foundation and everything else that goes along with it because of the depreciating factor. It's a cash flow play, which is a very large strategy for a lot of investors, but it's definitely not going to be an appreciation play long term.